Hey, Professor Turner. My name is Jack Thomas Silverman. I'm a student at St. John's River Community College, and I'm currently in the radiology technician program. I'm completing my prerequisites. I hope to apply in April, starting the fall. The topic I chose was head injuries, and it basically just focused on every negative effect, how easy it is to obtain them, and people's lives and how they're affected by them. Chose this topic because I was just kind of brainstorming. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and for some reason the topic stuck out to me. The more and more facts I kept reading about it, and the more I kept learning about how common, severe, and easy to obtain these injuries are, I was like, wow, a lot of people don't really even think about how much of our society is affected by damaging the brain and how common of a thing it is. And so many people have been changed by this, and it seems like it's not even a topic that's even spoken about too much. My hypothesis for the paper was basically trying to get anybody who reads it to side with me and say, hey, we need to start focusing on these injuries more and how to prevent them and how to, heal from them and study the brain more. It's an important thing. Brain is the most powerful thing in the universe, and it's the one thing that controls every person. And the fact that it's so overlooked, the damages to it and everything is insane to me. Didn't really have an exact target audience because my paper kind of applies to all of the human race. I mean, everybody has a brain, everybody needs to take care of it. We only get one shot at it. But I did kind of want to focus on younger children because they seem more susceptible to these injuries, and older, elderly, because not only are they also weaker and more susceptible, that they can't really function on their own, so they require the help of other people. So I would like to have the kind of response from the audience that affects people's emotion. I want them to kind of relate to these people and feel sorry for them and be like, wow, I don't really think about this stuff. I never knew how many people are affected. Maybe we should make a change. Kind of based my paper around people's individual stories. I remember one of them was a boy or a young adult in his 20s. He was driving and got into a car wreck, a pretty bad car wreck. He didn't really have a chance of survival. Luckily, he survived though, but his life was completely changed forever by this one split-second injury. He's unable to walk well. He's unable to speak at all. He couldn't read. It's incredible how much his brain was really affected by an event that can occur in the blink of an eye. All it takes is one slip up to really mess up the one thing that controls you, and people take that for granted, I think, way too often. Another one of the stories that I really touched me too was I read about this worker who fell 30 feet and landed on his head, no hard hat, protection, helmet, or anything, and 4 years down the line, he's still unable to work because he still faces so many side effects from this head injury, trembling, lack of body control. That's crazy because the man has a family and to take care of and everything, and he's unable to do this. It must be heartbreaking and frustrating for not only him but his family to see him go through this. And maybe if he had just used some extra protection, he could have avoided it. But I think the story that really hit me the most was an elderly man was in the hospital. He had just gotten a tumor removed and he was recovering. He had specific orders that anytime he's in his hospital bed, he's supposed to have a bedside guardrail of a certain height to protect him. He's trying to get up one day and a nurse helped him up because he was struggling. Left the room for a second, forgot to put the guardrail on, and man ends up falling down, hitting his head. And all his neurological signs seemed okay, but he passed away shortly after to a subdural hematoma, excuse me. And all that could have been avoided if there had just been some more focus and the nurse had paid attention. So I think it's pretty crazy how, the brain, like I said earlier, you only get one shot to take care of it and you don't really get any redos. So I think society and everyone as an individual needs to start taking more care of the one thing they have that really controls them. And a lot of people don't really, you know, value their brain, it seems like. I mean, you look around, you see motorcyclists riding without a helmet, people doing all these crazy stunts. As big of a fan I am of contact sports, so I do love them, enjoy watching them. It's crazy the damage that these ex players have, and it's kind of, you know, just accepted. And I really think everyone should, not even just doctors and people in the medical field, should focus more on these injuries, but people as a whole should, dedicate a little bit of thought at least to taking care of the one thing that controls them. I hope anybody who reads this paper, kind of feels emotion for these people who suffer these injuries, as I did. And I think most people really would, because it's sad and it's heartbreaking to hear this. But I hope you enjoy my paper when you read it, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.